What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. And today we have the June 2022 NG models releases for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. We have an absolutely loaded set from NG models, as we saw with their hints. 27 models with so many new molds. It is absolutely incredible, and we have so much to dive into in this release video. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. And with all that being said, let's get started. Really excited for today's release video, everybody. Like I said, we have so much to dive into from NG models today. This is really exciting. We have various new molds, including the Airbus A319, A320, A321, updated molds from I think the L1011 is back, along with some 747 SPs, and I think there even may be a new TU mold. So I'm really excited for this. I hope you guys are as well. You can kind of see with the teaser up here some of the new molds, but the hints were absolutely loaded. So many various countries that are going to get represented in this release for sure, which is so exciting, along with so many molds, just various airplanes. There's a very good chance that several of these are going to get delayed, so be sure to stay on the lookout for that, unfortunately, just because a lot of these are new molds. NG still having to get the kinks worked out. We saw that with the 777 and various other molds in the past, so definitely be ready for that. But we're still going to have a lot of great models here, and hopefully at least half of them make it on time. So this is kind of a hybrid between a June release and then what will probably turn into a Q3 release. So nevertheless, I really hope you guys are excited for it. I'm so excited to react to this. It's kind of funny with these releases because honestly, I just cannot look at my phone when this is going on because something will get spoiled. So I have no idea outside the hints. We're going to expect various airplanes. So I'm really excited. I'll probably be buying at least a few out of this from the initial glance, but nevertheless, I'm really excited. May releases went great. Somehow Star Wars hasn't sold out yet unless this hasn't updated. And then here's the rest of the airplanes as we assessed in the previous video, which are looking really good. So I'm super excited for this. I hope you guys are as well. And here we go with the NG models June 2022 releases. Let's get started. Really excited for this. Beginning with a Aero Flyer, Boeing 767-300, Charlie Golf, Kilo, Foxtrot, Papa. Wow, so a lot of people thought this was going to be WestJet. It actually turns out to be Aero Flyer, which is a really nice looking airplane. I really like the look on that. As you can see, you have a really cool Aero Flyer design right here. I've never heard of this airline, by the way. This must be either new or something like that. Then you have the KF down here, along with various airplane designs on tail. You represent some A340s and maybe some, I don't know, DC-9s or something it looks like. So that is a very cool looking livery. I really like these colors and the contrast. That is a really cool plane. Can you? Yeah, you can escape. Very cool. So I just learned that. $46.99. This mold was initially announced last like I think March or April of 2021, and it's finally coming. So it's really exciting. I don't know if they had to retweak some new molds with the A321. We'll kind of talk about that as we go through the release. But this is really cool to see the Aero Flyer. I'm sure the Canadian collectors are going to love to see that. So very cool. Very first 767-300. 737-600, not a 767, not yet at least. I know a lot of people would be excited for that mold, but this is going to be a great plane. I'm sure Canadian collectors are going to be all over that. And a good move because the Panda exclusive WestJet's a great model, so Aero Flyer is going to be a great addition to anybody's Canadian collection. So great model right there. I'm really happy about that. There's a WestJet 737-800 freighter, though, to be on the contrary. Charlie Foxtrot, Tango Whiskey Golf, and that is a really good looking plane. So this is a new brand for WestJet as they're starting to use some 737-800s in their cargo department, along with some 767s, I think, too. So WestJet's getting their cargo fleet going, and this is a prime example of it. I kind of looks like the primary livery a little bit with the winglet, especially. That's immediately what I thought of. So, but this is a good looking airplane. Of course, you had the really cool flag here or not necessarily flag, but the emblem with the kind of integrated flag from Canada, I guess, for the WestJet cargo logo. This is a really good looking plane. You got the in partnership with GTA, I think that's what that says. So this is a really good looking plane. Not sure where these are going to fly. I'm going to be very interested to see. I think these will be more domestic around Canada than international, despite they could fly to the United States and even as far as Mexico. But that is a very cool plane. I don't anticipate it sells out immediately, but that'll be one that a lot of people will definitely want to get for many years to come. So great release, NG. Really happy to see that. And that's a very cool plane to get started in 737 department. 800, I should say. You're going to find another one, and this one has the scimitar winglets this time around, so NG always using that variation. So very similar. Charlie Foxtrot, Golf, Whiskey Sierra, Juliet, excuse me. So really cool to see various aircraft, and this one's another great looking aircraft. So anybody looking for your Canadian cargo fleet, these two will be perfect for you, and you'll get some variation in your model airports and such. So very cool plane. Really happy to see that from NG. That is a phenomenal release. So really good job right there on the freighters. That is absolutely awesome. United 737-900 Continental Globe livery. Very nice. This one does have the scimitar winglets, November 68843. I think that's what it says. Very cool release. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be discontinuing my, well, I think I'll probably keep my Gemini to 2014, but I think I will probably get this despite delivery only having so many years left. It's a really good looking plane. I really enjoyed getting that 757, so I do think that I will choose to pick this up, and this will be good variation going into the future. Also, retro updates as well. I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's something I've definitely thought about recently, especially with these purchases. Just because a livery goes out of date does not mean you can never use it again in a model airport, and that's a prime example with retro model airports and everything like that. So this is still a very cool plane. Highly, definitely anticipate on getting it. Sorry, I don't want to scroll because obviously it kind of screws it up, but there it is right there. It looks really, really good. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be all over that release. I just will need one, or we'll just take one. That's a beautiful airplane, and it'll be a great compliment to my Evo lineup, Continental Globe lineup. I would like an NG738 Continental Globe to kind of complete that trio, just like my Evo 737 fleet. So this is also kind of cool if I ever want to do United Hub. I kind of have some additional planes that I can mix around to do that. So really cool plane right there, and I'm excited to get that. So good release right there, NG. I think the next one's going to be Eco Skies from the looks of it. Let's see, special... Yes, Eco Skies. So I probably am going to replace my Gemini because that one's missing an antenna and it's kind of starting to bite the dust a little bit. So I think I'll keep my 2014 Gemini, and I'm going to sell my Gemini Eco Skies despite I really like the model. It's a really good looking plane, but I think the NG one's probably going to thump it. So not anything wrong with the Gemini one. I just think the additional mold and just NG's quality in various ways is just going to put this one to the test. So yeah, gonna miss that Gemini dearly once I choose to part ways with it, but sometimes it's one of those deals that you got to keep innovating the fleet, and as model airplane collectors, we're probably going to start seeing that a lot with NG models in their various innovations to the community. So, but this is a great plane. Looks really, really good. November 75432. That is a beautiful plane. I'm really excited to get it, and it'll be great to have the updated Eco Skies. And again, I'm just gonna flip it for my Gemini. I got the model back in 2017, something like that. So very cool. Back when I was ordering from Easy Toys back in the day. So very cool duo United release. A lot of United collectors are gonna be super happy about that, including myself, and I'll probably get both. CAAC 747SP returns November 1301 Echo. Very cool. So I don't know too much about this. I think this is some sort of Chinese Air Force plane of sorts. I don't know for sure. It's weird because it has a US registration, so that's where I'm confused. But here's the airplane itself. It's a good looking plane. Of course, you have the gray underbelly along with the blue stripe through out here, and then you got all your doors and everything. So it looks really good. Boeing 747SP. Again, November 1301 Echo. This is a beautiful looking plane. I'm sure anybody looking for this. Again, not really something I know the most about, but it seems like a really cool plane for sure. So that is a really good looking aircraft, and I really like to see that there from NG. $57.99 on that price, moving into our 747 SPs. Do we get a TWA normal here? South African Airways. No, okay, so this was the US registration. Somebody mentioned TWA, so my bad there. But a South African Airways Boeing 747 SP. This is Zulu Sierra Sierra Papa Delta. And it's the orange livery again. So I think this is a re-release. I'm pretty sure we've got this. We got something with this livery, and it had to be an SP. So yeah, this is a re-release as far as I'm aware. So great to see it again. I think there may have been some issues with the livery. I saw people on the DAC kind of not necessarily complaining, but noting it. So maybe that is the purpose of this. So it's great to see the re-release here. It's a beautiful looking plane. I think the livery is very cool with the blue arch or kind of arch, whatever you want to call it, arc that kind of goes into the blue stripe. Then you got the metallic underbelly again with the orange stripe that takes you back into the tail, which is a really cool design. So this is a beautiful looking plane. Anybody looking for that retro model is going to be very happy to see that, and hopefully a better iteration if that was the problem. So there we go. It's finally here, the Delta 757-200 November 702 Tango Whiskey, the sister ship of the Gemini Jets aircraft, and that's going to be with the 42nd sticker. That is very interesting. So obviously we've been asking the NG models for several months to make the Delta 757-200, and they do, but it has the sticker. So the real question is, when I scroll for the next plane, if it's going to be the normal livery. Now, I know 703 probably got requested. I think a lot of people like that aircraft, and it's a good model by Gemini, so maybe people request that tail number, but NG chose to do the 702. But maybe they do 703 in this next one. So I'm eager to see this. I'm very interested to see next one because I probably might have to do this. I don't want to use Nail polish remover to get the 42nd off, but I would just like a plain 757 to go along with my Gemini jets. I don't know if I would replace my Gemini, but this is a Gen 1 with winglets, so probably not, even though I have the other Gemini version. But I want to see this next one because this is very interesting. So now this one, what's this one? 704X? It's just a normal. There it is. Okay, very interesting tail number. It just said, what? It said something over here. What did it say? Just with winglets, okay. So there's our normal Delta 757 at long last. Was not expecting that tail number to be the one, but there it is. The Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200 with winglets, yes. Very happy about the 42nd sticker, but it kind of bamboozled me since NG will normally do the normal livery first and then that. So NG got to be bamboozling, but an interesting tail number choice was 704 X-Ray. This is a great plane. I'm really excited to see this. I mean, we've been not necessarily begging, but we've been wanting this for a while, so this is definitely going on my list. Very excited. The NG 757 mold is phenomenal. Really excited to get that plane on deck for the collection. That is a beautiful looking airplane, and that'll be a great addition to the model airports and everything to come like that. So that's really cool. And plus the NG mold, even making it DFW with the United 757 right there. So very cool. That is a beautiful plane. I'm really excited to see that in its full connotation when that gets released. Again, that's been one that a lot of people have been waiting for. Be eager to see how many Citrus Aviation and people will get because that is a great plane. So just one for me though. That should be plentiful. And then the sticker one's also very cool as well. So NG, very nice work. It took till June of 2022, but hey, we got it. So that's where we're at. So very nice. A China Airlines 777 freighter to keep it going with the 777 mold. Bravo 18775. So obviously Gemini Jets did this interactive aircraft, and this one I think slightly different. I think that this may have a slightly different livery. I thought it was the cargo. They may have done the passenger. I thought it was the cargo they did, but very cool to see this right here. This is another beautiful looking plane with the China Airlines livery, of course. I don't think China flies the 777 to Dallas. I think they do the 747 freighters typically. This may be a new iteration of aircraft to come in the future though, so maybe this is a thought. I really wanted to build on my international cargo lineup for the DFW, and obviously that's been a failure so far, so this is a great plane. I don't anticipate it sells out immediately, probably down the line, but that is a beautiful looking plane right there, and that's going to be a very good one for NG models and various collectors. That is awesome. So great with the dark purple, the black, and then the light purple right here. It's a beautiful looking livery and just nice and simple. It'll be great for anybody that has that coming to their model airport, or anybody who just likes livery. I like it for sure. We'll be eager to see if I'm able to get that, but another great looking plane there for NG. The next 777 is a KLM 777-300ER. Beautiful. Papa Hotel Bravo Victor November. And there it is. So it's just a normal KLM 333. I do have the Gemini, ironically, which is something that wasn't... It was just a plane I thought was really cool, so that's why I got that. I don't think I'll flop. I think there will be an opportunity to get the NG 777 mold very soon, so I will probably pass on the KLM. I think they'll do Orange Pride here to go along with it, but it's a beautiful looking plane. I'm sure any KLM collector, anybody, I mean, this flies to a lot of places in the US, I think Atlanta and JFK, and there's various examples, so this is a very cool plane. It's going to be great for anybody looking for the KLM 777-300 for whatever airport it may be, and it'll be great for especially people in the Netherlands looking to represent the Royal Dutch Airlines. So very nice release right there. That is a phenomenal one. Actually, it's going to be a KLM Asia Boeing 777-300ER Papa Hotel Bravo Victor Charlie. I saw the Orange Pride predicted, but we're going to get the Asia instead. It's another cool looking plane. Again, this one's much more niche, particular in my opinion. This is 8 Victor Charlie this time. And of course, the big difference is you have the Asia sticker right here, and then some it looks like some Chinese writing right there, but I'm not completely sure. So this one probably won't be as hot of a seller. So if you if you want something similar and the KLM sells out, this would be an okay option, I would say. So again, another great plane right there. I'm excited to see how that will look there. And no sticker, but all good. So NG continuing to thrive right there with the 777s. Speaking of which, we're going to get a Saudi Arabia Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner Hotel Zulu Alpha Romeo Echo. Very cool. So, oh, this is a 75th anniversary livery too. Okay, because I was going to say we got this back in like late 2020 at some point, some Saudi 787. So this is cool to see this release. Eager to see how the color is going to come out this time around, because I remember the tier list I did, and it was definitely an interesting shade, but we were learning at that time. So Hotel Zulu Alpha Romeo Echo, once again, looks like they got a nice design here on the tail with, trying to get at least a decent look there, but some various people probably from the region. So it's a beautiful looking airplane. Really glad to see that. And I was just going to scroll scroll up just in case. Okay, we're good. So great plane. Really excited to see that. That's going to be an awesome release there for NG. So excited to see how everybody's going to like that. Do we have a different one? We got the Lufhansa next. This one was predicted by a lot of people. Boeing 787-9 Dreamline Delta Alpha Bravo Papa Alpha. How about that? I really like the Lufthansa 787-9. I'm going to be eager to see where they begin to utilize this aircraft, what kind of regions and where exactly it'll be flying to. I would anticipate that this would help replace the Airbus A330s and A340s, and you can even go as far as the 747, I guess, but it's more of a newer replacement for those airplanes, along with the Airbus A350s, of course, that they've been thriving with. So this is a great looking plane. I really like the Lufthansa 787-9. We'll be eager to see how fast they get these airplanes, of course, with the Boeing, not necessarily issues, but just a slow production line of these airplanes in the Charleston factory, especially, I think Seattle too. So great plane, though. I'm really excited to see how this is going to go, and this is a beautiful looking plane. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be very excited for that airplane. So great release right there, NG. That is a great plane. Very, very nice. This is a bank breaker, man. Starting with the Airbus A319s. Wow. So SAS A319 100 Oscar Yankee Kilo Bravo Romeo. Wow. In the Star Alliance colors to top that off. Okay. So NG starting hot with the Airbus mold. So very cool to see the Airbuses finally from NG. This has been something that a lot of people have requested, been looking forward to, and all kinds of things like that. So this is likely the reason for the long suspension of the Airbus A321 and A321 Neo molds. I think the last release was last May with the Cathay Pacific, so a full year without Airbus airplanes, the Airbus narrow bodies. And I think NG just redeveloped the mold, which is awesome. And they have so many variations, and I plan to talk about that in an upcoming Model Aircraft Today podcast. There's a lot of variation. I mean, they have literally IAE, CFM, LEB engines, along with all the aircraft types, A320, A321, A321 Neo, A321 XLRs, LRs, all that. So it's really cool to see all the variation. I think this is going to be a very versatile mold. And yes, we do have a lot of them. Even Aviation 400 just announced an A320 mold, which is insane to think about. But this is still going to be great because NG will do everything, you know. Gemini's done a lot over the years. Phoenix has done quite a bit. You'll find Aero Classics has done a lot, and we can go down the list of all the companies. But I would anticipate that NG is going to do a lot of planes that are still yet to be done. It's a very common aircraft type, just like the 737. You'll find it all across the world, whether it's for Scandinavian or American Airlines or, I don't know, Peach Airlines in Japan or wherever it's going to be. So it's definitely a very versatile aircraft. I'm really glad to see it with the Star Alliance here. This is a beautiful looking plane, man. I really like the SAS livery, and the Star Alliance livery looks really good. I mean, this is just a vibe right here, man. It really throws it back because Star Alliance has been just a great alliance for several years, and there's been a lot of Star Alliance planes done over the years, and I just kind of thought of various planes in this livery, and just seeing it done again, especially with the subtitle right here, it's just really, really cool to see this. So this is a phenomenal release, man. This may be one of NG's best to date. I'm trying to think if there's been a better one. That is phenomenal. So SAS A319, that is a great release right there. Really, really nice start to Airbuses. I'm really eager to see the A320s. Here we go. A Play A320 Neo is the correct prediction. Tango Foxtrot Papa Alpha, and here it is right there. Looks really good. So I think they're operating a lot of A321 Neos right now, but the A320 is great. Of course, Play is a new startup airline in Iceland. They were kind of a, not necessarily a spin-off, but kind of the reimbursed version of WoW Air from previously. So it's great to see that that somehow got back going. I like their livery. It's nice and colorful. So it's an interesting name for an airline, but it works. So really glad to see this airplane. This will be great. I'm pretty sure they're flying these mainly to Europe right now. So that's a great plane. I'm sure the Europe collectors are going to be very happy to see that for their route to I don't know why I want to say Helsinki. I was thinking thin air yesterday. This is going to be Reykjavik. So very cool to see that. This is a beautiful looking plane. I'm sure a lot of collectors are going to be very happy to see that. I will consider an A321 Neo if that comes out, but for now, that is great right there. So that looks really, really good. Next in line is the Indigo A321 Neo Victor Tango India Uniform Alpha. So This is obviously a region of the world that doesn't have a ton of model airplane releases compared to other regions such as the United States, Asia, even Europe. So this is very cool to see. I know a lot of people are going to be very excited about this for model airports and different projects like that. So I don't think this aircraft's been done in 400 at all. I guess Aero Classics may have, I'm not sure, but not to this quality of a mold as far as I'm aware. So this is very exciting right here with the Indigo A321neo. Phoenix did the A320s previously, so it's great to see the A321neo getting added to the portfolio. And I think this is going to be another great airplane to add to those collections. And to go along with that, these are probably flying to places like Istanbul and I don't know, Johannesburg and different things like that. I could be completely wrong on that, so this is not my forte, and I'm trying to get better with it, but that's just a couple of thoughts. So that's a very cool release for Indigo, and I think that's going to be a great plane. So awesome release right there. That's very good. Really, really nice. You're also going to find a uniform hotel registration, and this one, we'll just click on the picture. What is it? It is a 1,000 Neo stickers. So very cool to see that Indigo was the recipient, I guess, of the 1,000 Neo sticker. That is very cool. So this is another great plane. Again, getting that detail going for sure. So I'm sure everybody's going to be all over the normal one. This is great for the this is the equivalent of like the 75th anniversary or 75th Airbus sticker for American, or 42nd sticker for Delta in the US for anybody that's needing that comparison. So very cool to see that, though. It's a great looking plane. So glad to see NG going after those particular details with the Indigo A321 Neos. Delta A321neo, that's an immediate buy, November 502 Delta X-Ray. Don't even have to think about that. That is going to be a great addition to the collection right there. Yeah, great to see more Delta planes getting done. So now we're going to get that mid-tier lineup for the Delta Airbus or Delta mainline airplanes with the 757 and the A321neo. So have several A321s. They've been great additions, but I'm sure this aircraft is probably going to make its way over to Phoenix at some point, and maybe other model airports that I may or may not do in the future. We'll see. San Del Cabo is another one. I'm sure it's going to make it to Cabo, so I'd love to have it for that. And this is going to be a great addition to the collection, man. I'm really excited. I don't know why there's I think that's a Germany flag on the tail right there. Maybe because that's where it was produced. That's a guess. But, and yeah, it even has the Germany registration. So this must have been at the, I can't think of the city. It's slipping my mind. But they have a factory, Airbus does, and that's probably where this aircraft was produced. But the new registration is going to be 502 Delta X-Ray, so that's a very exciting aircraft. I'll be eager to see which registration and flag it actually comes out with. But yeah, I think that was probably just a little bit of a goof on NG's part. They probably used several pictures and got a little confused, so hopefully that'll be fixed. Hopefully they'll be notified and get that fixed up. So, but nevertheless, really glad to see this. And this release, this is a banger, man. What I love about this release is this has some of the best models from every region. I think that is undisputed. I mean, we're talking Europe, India now, US. I think there was some Asia stuff previously. Middle East. I mean, it is incredible. This is a full facility, man. This is the facility. And NG's really, like they said on their Instagram post, the list is terribly long, but they're doing them one by one. So you love to see it right there from NG. That is phenomenal. And then you have a Play A321 Neo. Wow, okay, so Tango Foxtrot Alpha Echo Whiskey. Let's see how it looks. It looks really good to me. It has enlarged titles, which is pretty cool. I may have to get that now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the demand is. I don't know if this will be flying to anywhere I will need it for particularly, but it's kind of like, I'm trying to think of what a good comparison would be for this airplane. It's kind of one of those that you're on the fence about. You know, you kind of want it, but you kind of don't. And this airplane looks great, and it's just one of those that I would rather make sure I have it, and then if I need to sell it later, I can. It's kind of like the Sunwing 737, the Swoop 737, all of those that I'll end up using at some point. I just don't know exactly how this one will be integrated. So this is going to be something I'm going to have to think about for a little bit. This is a possibility, but NG dropping fire, man. I just said it. I didn't even know. I kind of just glanced over it, the hints, and I saw the ones that really stood out. I did not see this one. So that is a really cool release. Very possible that I'll choose to get that, but that is awesome. So great job right there. That is really nice. And a Lufthansa A330-300 Delta Alpha India Kilo Quebec, and that is in the old... That's 787-9. NG, what is that? But I saw old livery, but I think this will confirm it because they did a new one, obviously, last year. 29. So just a re-release of the new colors. Okay, so that kind of stumped me. So I guess it's just another new livery one. I thought they were going to do old livery, but yeah, that's 787-99-330. But it's just a re-release from last year's. I know a lot of people were looking for it, so this is a great time to get your hands back on top of it. I think my Gemini is still on eBay that I'm trying to sell. So, but yeah, great to see another release. I think hopefully they'll do an old livery because I'm sure several people would be appreciative of that updated mold with delivery. So really, really nice right there. Man, this release just doesn't. It keeps going. Air France A350-900, another one because they just did this. So Foxtrot Hotel Tango Yankee Juliet, and this one is this updated titles? Because the winglet looks much different than the previous one. I could be wrong on that, but yeah, that's very cool. Doesn't say anything particular. So another Air France A350. Yeah, if anybody's looking for that, there'll be plenty of those now. So really, really glad to see that. Again, you've seen Gemini do it. I think Phoenix may have, and now you got NG, of course, doing several of them. So great to see that. They've done Japan's, so many A350s. So NG. It's crazy to see what they've done in the last 5 years. This is incredible, man. They've become such a force. That is absolutely insane. So NG continuing to do their work. TWA L1011-1, November 41012. Very nice. And I think it's the final colors. Credit to whoever took that picture, but yeah, this is the previous livery. So very cool to see that. Of course, you got the big TWA circle right here on the tail. And the red stripe with the silver underbelly. So guess that they just didn't have time to get a CGI or whatever may have happened. But yeah, as you guys can tell by the picture quality, this aircraft was flying back in the 80s and 90s-ish, I think. 70, 80, 90, somewhere in there. So this is a great part of retro aviation, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be super excited to see this with the updated mold. Of course, they've done so many different ones, like the colorful airlines slip my mind right now, but they've done like air transit and all kinds of different ones. So you're gonna find that the very popular LT11s are getting done right here, and it's great to see this mold back. I asked about how the mold was going. They said it goes well, so that's exactly how they said it, by the way. Their grammar translation is not perfect, but it's got so much better when they started, so can't complain too much. That's really nice. So wow, okay, let's see any other planes. Yes, a Russian Air Force Tu-204-100S, Romeo Alpha 64010. A very cool livery right there. This is very nice to see with the Russian International Airlines right here in the full, and then you got all the details throughout here. You got some sort of like axe, it looks like, or something, and then all the colors. So this is another cool plane. Looks really good. I'm sure anybody looking for the cargo, or is this passenger iteration? I think it's cargo, but nevertheless, very cool to see this. This will be an awesome addition to anybody's collection. This is yeah, I guess a passenger, so very cool to see that. That'll be another great release with the TU-204, and yeah, it'll be great for anybody looking for the airplane. So very nice release right there. TNT 204-120S this time, Sierra Uniform Echo Alpha Golf. Yeah, another good looking TNT. I know a lot of people wanted that, so that was kind of the purpose of the mold, was to do planes that people really wanted. Speaking of which, the DHL was another one that they did. So great to see TU-204 going into full production. That looks really good. I can't decide if I like TU-204 or the 154 better. I think they both have their purpose, so both cool planes for sure. And then we have a ARJ-21-700 China Express Bravo 650 Quebec. It would not be an NG Models release without something like this, and it's a cool looking livery. I'll give it that. That looks better than some of the previous ones in my opinion. So again, this China Express, I'm sure these fly like, you know, like Hong Kong shuttle routes and things like that. So kind of the equivalent of what the E175 would be here, or even the 717 for Delta particularly, so Embraer 190. So very cool to see that right there. That's a great release for NG. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to that. You're going to find another one with the PAPA registration. This one is, I can't tell you what that is. That must be some sort of like decal or something. They didn't even clarify. It was whatever it was. So cool sticker right there. It looks really nice. Very nice to see that right there. So really, really good. And a Gulfstream G550. I think this is going to finish it out right here for the quad. Air Force. Very nice. 9 kilo something something something. This is a great looking plane for weight, so that's great for anybody looking for the particular details. It's a very nice mold. I have my Nike 2006 plane, and it's really, really good. So cool stickers and everything. That'll be great for anybody looking for that. And we're not quite done, as we have a Mexicano Link CRJ200 One World livery, X-Ray Alpha Papa Mike India. And yeah, they did the normal one last month, and this one just looks even just as good, if not better. So great release right there. It looks really, really nice. Very glad to see that. And that's finally all she wrote for the NG Models June 2022 releases. Oh my goodness. So I need to restart my camera. That was so long real quick. Man, guys, that was an absolutely incredible release, as you guys saw. There were so many great airplanes right there. So just processing this, like I said, about halfway through or even towards the back half, this is such a good release. So many popular models from every region of the United States. This is absolutely incredible, man. I'm so happy to see this. Starting with some Canadian releases that are really good. I'm sure everybody's going to be very happy about that, which we end up getting some US releases and some really cool retro international planes as well going into that. Then we got some various planes from China, and KLM 777s were great. We got the Saudi and Lufthansa, very good. Then the narrow bodies came in with the Indigo, the Play, the SAS. Then we got the Lufthansa A330, another Air France A350, TWA L1011 for more retro, and then some Tu-204 with the Russian Air Force and TNT, two China Express RJ21s, and then the Kuwait Air Force Gulfstream G550, and the Mexicana Link CRJ200 One World. That is an incredible release. I would argue that was by far one of the best releases NG Models has ever done, and I mean, just as a whole assessment, this just is a testament to how much they have built up their lineup over the last 5 years. These guys started 5 years ago today. I think it was in June of 2017 with one 1-200 CRJ200 mold. That was it. I think their first release was the Air Canada old livery. 5 years later, I don't know what Gemini had 5 years after they started. I mean, yes, they had different molds and different things like that, but in 2022, you're going to find that NG Models now has the Boeing 737 family, the whole family of the next generation, and the MAX announced too. You're going to find the 747 SP. You're going to find the Boeing 757. You're going to find the Boeing 777 in different variants. You're going to find the Boeing 787, all the Airbus narrow bodies now, the Airbus A330, the Airbus A350, the L1011, the Tu-204, RJ821s, G550, CRJ200, YC20 is another. I'm trying to think of others off the top of my head that they have. They really put it all in here. This is a really good 5-year anniversary, if that was kind of what they were going for with this. This is incredible, man. That is a phenomenal release. NG just ballparked it, man. It doesn't get any better than that. That is a phenomenal release. If you guys are wondering, I'll be getting United 737-900 Continental Globe. I'm going to replace my Eco Skies Gemini for the NG version. Delta 757-200 with winglets. I don't think I'm going to be replacing any Geminis because I really like those. So I think I'm going to stick with the Delta 757, just getting it and just using it. So I'm really happy about that. The China Airlines 777, thinking about it a little bit more, maybe. Not initially for sure, but possibly down the line. So that's a plane that we'll consider. KLM 333, I might replace it, probably not. I'm going to see what it goes for on eBay, and then maybe it's pretty similar to the Lufthansa, but it isn't a pressing need, but it would be nice if KLM ever did start flying DFW, so there's that. Lufthansa 789 is definitely a cool plane. It may be something that hopefully I can get a second release of if I do need it later down the line. The Play A321 Neo is a possibility. I don't know for sure, but that's definitely a plane that does spark my interest. Definitely more than China Airlines, but definitely not as much as what I'm for sure getting. Speaking of which, the Delta A321 Neo, that will be an awesome addition to the collection. Lufthansa A330-300 in 2019 livery. I think they should have did the old one. Richard Dallas, I would like to get that at some point, but that's not high on the list compared to other planes that I still have to buy, so there you go. TWA L1011 is a great plane. I wish I could get it, but unfortunately, that won't be the first L1011. Maybe I'll try to get a Delta or United down the line, and yeah, this is phenomenal. I don't think there's any other way of showing it besides that this is a testament to how much NG has built themselves over the last, what has this been, 5 years. It has been absolutely incredible, man. I mean, they've just continued to work, and it's just been such a testament to what they've done. They've continued to do it, and I'm so happy to see it, man. It's just absolutely incredible to see how much they built on what they have started with, these molds. I mean, we went from probably what would have been a 2-minute release video to almost 40 minutes, which is incredible. Like I said at the very beginning, a lot of these are probably going to get delayed. It's not going to be a surprise by any means, but the fact that they're doing them is incredible, and it's just so cool to see how much NG has grown as a company in the last 5 years. It's been such an awesome addition to our community and industry from all airplane collecting, despite adding a lot more cost to people's collections, or to them having to buy the models. Obviously, it does build towards their collection, which is incredible. And NG's just a great company. I mean, obviously, it probably deserves a whole video, which is something that I'll put on the list just to kind of talk about it, because this is their 5-year anniversary, and it's just incredible to see how far they've gone in the last 5 years. I mean, they just built up so many assets, like their new molds. They're obviously going to continue to work on hopefully airport accessories and different things to come. They have a collector's rewards plan that they're currently working on, which is phenomenal. And just overall, just their customer service is great. Their interaction with the community is phenomenal. And last but certainly not least, doing what the community wants, because obviously Gemini Jets in that back half recently, while it's been much better, we've obviously had our fair shares of hiccups, and it's been great to see NG Models just take what the community was been asking for and satisfying it in so many various ways. And it's not just one country either. The United States had a solid release today, but you're talking about Canada, Africa, China, Netherlands, Middle East, Germany, Scandinavian, of course, for the airline. I think the country's just I'm trying to think of what the actual country is. I think it's just Scandinavia. I think that's what the country's called. I could be wrong on that, so sorry there. But Iceland, India, United States again, France, United States, Russia, China again, and Kuwait. So I mean, that's incredible. In Mexico even. I mean, South America was definitely the least recognized out of this release, and hopefully they'll get more recognition going forward from NG, which I think is still a part where they need to. But I mean, they did great. I think it's awesome. They did a phenomenal job. I just think that if they would have added a couple planes from South America, maybe a little bit from either the Caribbean or Central America, this would have been literally every region, which is incredible. But this is still incredible. I'm so impressed by NG's efforts. It's been incredible to see NG Models grow as pretty much a facility. I wouldn't even call it a unit. It's just been a facility. They've built new facilities. They have developed new molds, continued to integrate, and it's awesome. And this is a great way to continue to develop their, or not really tradition, but their legacy. And just 5 years down the line, I mean, it's been such a vibe, especially over the last 2 years with what they've, especially since the pandemic started. But you can even go back to August 2019, July, when they really started getting going with those new releases, when Aviation 18 made his famous downfall Gemini Jets video, and then obviously the last 2 years has just been crazy, and it's been phenomenal to see what they've done. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling at this point, but it's just insane, and this release just really puts it into perspective how incredible it's been. So this is a phenomenal release. It's a great way to celebrate 5 years. If that's what they were doing, this is a great way to do it. I'm so excited to see what's to come for NG Models. Please let me know which ones you guys are getting in the comment section. I mean, this is a phenomenal release. This is by far, I would argue, their best release. I mean, there's everything, man. It's so good. And NG just catering to those needs, and it's just phenomenal. And I mean, it's not just the United States. I can continue to iterate that so many different ways. But for instance, the KLM 777-300 with a great mold has been something I'm sure various people have been looking for. Lufthansa 787-9. Scandinavia 787-9, the Indigo A321 Neos, and the SAS A319 is a really cool plane for Europe. I mean, that's a pretty plane in my opinion, and I live in the United States, so you're welcome to tell me otherwise, though. Lufthansa A330 and Air France 350 re-release, TWA to L1011. Just that plane by itself probably satisfied several people, so incredible. Phenomenal release. I would have tweaked it a little bit. I would have probably added a couple more popular planes. Again, South America, Central America, Caribbean, and just made this a full-on facility of popular various region planes. But this is great. I'm not going to complain. They're going to continue doing one by one, and that's the philosophy. You can't complain with that. That's incredible to see for NG Models, and it is a testament to what they've been doing with their company, how much they've continued to help our industry and give us so many more options as collectors. And I would beg to differ that there is not, or not necessarily beg to differ, but I just cannot stress enough that it's a phenomenal time to be in the model airplane community. I mean, it's been a phenomenal last 3 years with so many various releases, no matter what country you live in, there's been something for sure. And I'm just so excited to see where the future holds. I mean, I can only imagine what the next 5 years are going to look like. So this is incredible. I am so excited to see where NG Models is going to go from here. Be sure to let me know which ones you guys are getting in the comment section. Kind of talk about what you think about NG. What do you think their thoughts? What do you think the last 5 years have held? Do you think that they've done a good job? Do you think they could have done better? I mean, yes, and there's still some things that they still have to work on, such as QC issues and making sure that they get all the details right. You know, small things like getting the registration on the American One World box correct. It's still a work in progress, but for a company that's 5 years old, making the impact that they have, it is undeniably incredible. It is absolutely insane. It is legendary, and it's so exciting to see that NG Models has put their foot on the gas, and they just are not letting up. And it's so cool, and I just am so fortunate that NG Models has done what they've done. I'm so glad that we've been able to talk about them on this YouTube channel and throughout the community to continue to get them exposure so they can continue to work. And I'm just so excited to see where it's going to come going forward. So feel free to let me know in the comments what you think about NG Models 5-year anniversary, what you think about this release, which model airplanes you're going to be getting, and any additional thoughts that you have about NG Models and where they are to come. Very fun video to do today. I never thought a release video would take 45 minutes, but this one was definitely worthy, and I think everybody can agree on that in one way or another. And I'm just so excited to see what's going to come forward for NG Models going forward. It's a testament to what they've done. I'm so excited to see where it's going to go from here, and I hope you guys are as well. So with all that being said, everybody, that will do it for today's NG Models June 2022 release video, and along with that, kind of a 5-year anniversary talk. So excited to see what's to come. I'll probably end up doing a formal video, and I may take some clips from this video just because I thought that this was really nicely put together. So let me know what you guys think of it. I'd really appreciate it. But with all that being said, everybody, that will do it for today's video. Everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.